Just thought I'd come on here and do my favorite thing in the world to do. Let you guys think I'm embarrassing myself, and in the end, you guys get to be the ones that get embarrassed. I feel sorry for you. I really do. I feel so sorry for you guys. But anyways, maybe Uncle Will will watch some of this. Who knows? Maybe I'll tag him. Who knows? Uncle Will, you're so concerned about my parenting. Wanted to bring up well, not really a fight, but a little bit of an argument that happened in my house yesterday. Because I want to get your answers for you, bud. I really do. I could ask them if you want to talk to them. Maybe you could get some answers for me there, bro. But, anyways, Uncle Will, what happened was, so my kid said something to me that was ignorant, and it's usually the stuff that I'll just ignore, but I wanted to get some information for you. I said to my kid, well, there was two of them standing there. I said, hey, everybody's telling me I'm a bad dad. And, well, you guys don't want to talk to me. And you call me a piece of shit. And you call me crazy. And you threaten to kill me. And all this other shit. Can you let me know what Dad's actually done to warrant this anger? Can you let me know where I failed as a father? Can you let me know where you lacked anything? But you get mad at Dad when he asks you to take responsibility of the things you should get responsible for. And then Dad gets overpowered by Mom, and there's nothing really Dad can do, because if he just fights, he's just going to end up in the hospital. You know what I mean? It's the sad state of affairs over here, Uncle Will. Couldn't even give me an answer, just wanted to fight. Call me crazy. You know what I mean? Talk about God all the time. Huh? How dare you do that? We don't want to hear about your God. Can you imagine that? That's my seed. Treat me like that, Uncle Will. Does that make you happy? Does that make you feel good inside? Bet it does, bud. You love others' misery, don't you? Here's the thing, I'm not bothered by it anymore. I'm just trying to get my answers. You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? Fight them? They always say God starts wars. God's never started any war. Men have. So why not just try and, well, here's the thing, you gotta separate yourself, and that's where. Do you know what it feels like, Uncle Will? You don't. Do you know what it's like to actually feel like you're chosen from God? And He tells you to do the most absurd things. Like stay in a position where you're going to get hurt over and over and over and over again. And take notes. And show the people how families can actually get. And maybe then, Uncle Will, you'll understand why it's Men's Mental Health Month. And I can't remember the statistics on, say, one a minute. We lose one man a minute to bullshit. I think it is something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. You can go check it out for yourself if you're interested, Uncle Will. I am beside myself that you guys don't like to hear me talk. You wouldn't even share my message and I want the best for your children. I mean, if you don't have the balls to stand up and say it yourself and you know it's there, why don't you use my crazy and at least share my videos or something? But no, then you'd look crazy or something, you know what I mean? Spirituality is hard. It is hard. Anybody who says it's a cakewalk and about bouncing in the positivity, I'm sorry. I don't think that they're really spiritually awake. Because it's when you know yourself. When you know yourself, you recognize the outside world. And I mean, let's be honest for a minute. In any sort of real world, like how long ago did they raid Diddy's house? How long does it take to get any sort of evidence just to get him behind bars? You can keep gathering evidence. You only have to charge him for one thing and you can add on. But instead, Diddy's out on the streets and there's your FBI who still knows the flight logs to Epstein Island that no one cares that they have. But Dick Durbin could release that information, but you guys all think that, you know, trying to contact Dick Durbin and ask him why he's holding on to that list is a bad idea. I don't get it. When do we just, like, if you guys know your FBI is corrupt, you guys should be on here saying it all the time. I mean, those are the people who are supposed to be protecting you. And when 52 of them sign off saying Russian disinformation, and that turns out to be true, you people should care. You should say, you need to go behind bars. That may have affected an election. But instead, they're charging Donald Trump for election shit for payoffs or something. That kind of looks like a sham, like if I'm being honest. Why wouldn't you televise that? That should be televised around the world. If Donald Trump's such a bad guy, like, that's the thing, like, I think Trump's part of this, but I mean, I still have my questions on him, you know what I mean? But there is like, if you look, there's a lot of propaganda against him. Like, cut up videos, making him sound bad. I mean, you don't have to cut up Biden stuff. It's just fucking right. I'm not going to go into this. You guys don't like it when you guys let some retard run the country. It's the leader of the free world. New World Order, as he put it. Those are his words. Fuck, like, wake up. Holy shit. We got Chinese police over here. We got Chinese interfering with our elections. You guys got Chinese-owned farms, right by militaries. You got, like, fuck, what the? I don't. Like, you couldn't fuck immigration up worse than this. These are, fuck. These are not the same people with the morals and values that you should want to be a part of, not take over. Oh my God. These people are from mental asylums and jails, and my government in places is given 70% subsidy if you hire these people. So who do you think people are going to hire Who's the government's not paying that at 70%? It's the working class people working to fuck their own people in the ass. To give someone else a better life. That was a criminal in another country. I don't know. When do we wake up from this fucking nightmare? But hey, let's get back on track. This is about Curt. We're going to talk some Curt. Do you think Curt will come to terms with the fact that he's a piece of shit? Like, even Wade and Sieper had a whole show on him. I invite everybody to go over to Wade 615 and get shown the text between him and Johnny Gobble. Like, it's kind of deceiving, eh? Curt looks like such a nice guy out on the YouTube. But in the back streets, fuck, everyone's fair game for Curt. Because he's better than everybody else. Yeah, Curt is a web of lies. Stardust, if you go back, I've been saying Curt's a... I was like, I don't know why Upchurch is friends with this guy. Like, AD's smashing Upchurch all the time. And there's Curt, tee-hee and ha-ha, and AD's calling him a fucking drug head and all this other shit. Curt ain't even saying nothing back. Just hanging out with the crew. If someone's my boy and you're talking shit, unless, you know, Upchurch is a fucking cokehead and all that shit that AD was talking. I mean, maybe that's the case. Maybe Curt is just covering up Upchurch's lies. Who knows which one do you think it is? Curt looks more like a liar to me because I've seen it on text. You know what I mean? You got a problem with somebody, why can't you just face them? Say, hey, Kansas, you do this, it kind of annoys me. If it annoys you, why don't you fix it? You know what I mean? Either Kansas will agree with you or he won't, and then you just remove him from your life. Doesn't mean you can't still be an Upchurch fan. But was it because Kansas has gotten more Upchurch love? Was it jealousy? What was it like? That's the thing. I hope Curt actually takes this to heart, being caught, and accepts, hey, I'm not the person I perceive myself to be or think that I am. Maybe I need to take a deep, dark look in my deep, dark soul and bring a little light to it. No, Curt, if you accept the challenge of the truth and you really take a deep dive, bud, you might start to go crazy. Your head might crack open and you're going to start thinking of possibilities that you never ever thought were possible before. But you'll rein it in, you know what I mean? You're gonna feed both those wolves inside of you. You're gonna tame that dark one. And the righteous one, you're gonna let her go. You're gonna feed them too. You balance them out, and you know when to strike, and you know when to be silent. You know what I mean? Curt, you're part of the greatest show that the earth is ever gonna see, bud. Part of the greatest show. And you look like a ding-dong, and I feel sorry for you, brother. You'll go right down in history with Dagburn. But that'll be the great thing, because that'd be a hard struggle to get over. And the harder the struggle, the faster you'll want to see God. But you can't see God or feel God until you know yourself, buddy. Give in to yourself. Ask yourself, what's the truth? If I was a real man and I knew there was bad stuff coming for my children, should I step up and do something? Or should I make fun of that guy that is and call him crazy and never try and help him and really understand that I was the piece of shit who just couldn't take the time to fucking talk to somebody, but I can do 5 or 6 hour lives about nonsense. That's where humanity's at, Curt. That's who Curt reacts is. Who says he's the good human and cares about people and wears the bullying bracelet. Fake, fraud. He'll wear whatever mask he has to wear in front of whoever he's in front of. Good morning to you, too. Yeah, that's the thing, Stardust. Most of YouTube is lies. This is how bad it is, Stardust. I actually started to cry watching a Rocco video. Because I was like, how could anyone be that fucking stupid to make up lies just for attention? Why can't you live a real life of excitement? Why do you gotta make shit up? But then you'd have to get in the truth, and fuck, Rocco don't fucking have a clue as to who he is. You know what I mean? No clue. He wants to be everybody but Rocco. His boy Ryan Garcia. There's something wrong with that guy's head. And Rocco can't even admit it. See, I think what his job is to make people look like me, look crazy, and Alex Jones look crazy by being all crazy and saying shit that everybody knows, but looking crazy doing it. So everybody just thinks that people who talk like that are all crazy. You know, what if old Alex Jones, I've said this before, is one of the 144,000? He's one of God's people, and fucking so many people have just fucked with him. Just fucked with him in his life. But then again, maybe he is part of their show. Who knows? Who knows? What I do know is the outside world is being affected by these fucking insects that you guys give power to. Something's definitely wrong, because we shouldn't be living the way that we are. We shouldn't be questioning whether or not the medicine that was supposed to be good for us was bad. And the answer to that question is, why'd they take AstraZeneca off the shelf? There's people who believe that they took it off the shelf because it just wasn't selling very well. Like, are you kidding me? Like, unbelievable. I don't want to fearmonger or anything, but do you guys care about that fucking, they're talking about that bird flu and shit? Trying to get the hype on it. Hey, you guys say whatever you want. Whatever makes you feel good, huh? Remember, you said or pretended to be Rocco or whatever you're trying to do. You wanted to break my jaw. You're brilliant. I'm telling you, I'm a chosen one from God, and you're just not bright. You can't recognize that, well, truth should be the number one priority in your life. If you all want to live by that God that we, should be living by. Truth would be the good way to get there, you know what I mean? That's what Jesus represented. You know what I mean? He said he was the truth. And his father was love. But also didn't accept bullshit. You had to earn your way to heaven. It wasn't given. You know what I mean? But people like Marty and Johnny Dagburn think that they've been gifted something that I don't think that. I'd hate for it. I'd rather have them find out now rather than when something happens and it's just their time is up and they gotta go face themselves, and it's just a whole sort of bad situation for them. You know what I mean? Well, if Rocco is the chosen one, the world is in trouble. I can show you who the world is. Can Rocco? He doesn't know. He can't show you why people are going mental. Because he never got out of the mental stage. He's still in it. He's still making up a false reality. But then again, we're all living in a false reality. Because we're not willing to ask what the truth actually is. Hey guys. Well, no, he needs some tough love. But he doesn't need fucking people coming to his house. He needs to be called on his bullshit, Stardust. But they should only use his words against him, not this extracurricular shit where they just try and hurt him. Like, what are they gonna do? Would they be happy if he took his life? Would they have any remorse? Why? But then again, what do you believe from the guy? You don't know what to believe. Like, he told the world that I went after his children. And I try and confront him about it, and he just deflects and doesn't want to have the conversation. He can't, because he's unwilling to face the truth. I don't know. He's his own worst enemy, that one. Well, everybody is. The only enemy people have is themselves. And if you can't see what your outside world is, maybe it's because you guys like most people are just comfortable with the way things are. See, that's the thing. I'm willing to feel uncomfortable. Make you think that I'm crazy until you can't escape it. Then you find out you're crazy. And you're the one living in a lie. You're being dictated to. The United States is the world's enemy. Don't worry, it's not just you guys. We're all a big conglomerate group. But you guys claim to be the #1 country in the world. But who knows? Maybe Canada can steal that from you guys. Who knows? You know what I mean? Hey, let me ask you, Durkee, or whoever else is in here, why do you guys hate Canadians so much? What is it about us that you hate? Or you think that you're better than us? Is it indoctrination, or do you guys not all feel that way? Because we should all love what country we come from, you know what I mean? We all bleed the same, and, well, the insides are the same, you know what I mean? Just depends on which ones have souls. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my Prime Minister's attention there, bud. Trying to get his attention. So, I'm serious. I will sacrifice myself for this. I'm ready for the May program, bud. Because I'd rather not live in a world where I have to watch God's creation fucking destroy itself because it gave power to the devil. You know what I mean? Like, why do you guys, why does hate fuel you so much and make you feel so good? But then a lot of other people, it's the niceness, it's just the feeling good. You can do whatever you want. Like, I'm gonna do something that I never intended on talking about. But it's just my opinion. It's out there. And it's only based on the information that I have received. Okay, so I might have it wrong. But hey, if Billy Wayne was my cousin, and the way it's looking, like, if what Dagburn's saying is that he left the property to go get his gun and then went back to somebody's property, how is that? How is there any way of, like, name calling or something? I don't. But then again, I don't know the whole story, but to me, that just seems inexcusable to fucking try and take a person's life. You know what I mean? How can you just be out on the internet going, bye, glad to see you back? I would, like, I'd make that person take a deep, dark look into themselves and ask themselves what kind of person they were. What if that was your loved one that got shot? Like, nobody looks at shit like this anymore. Like, am I wrong? Like, it doesn't, like, what's been printed on the news doesn't look good for Buddy, eh? But what, do you put it in your head, or is it that, well, that's not really who he is. It's just when he drinks, he gets like that. Well, shouldn't you have been asking that person to stop drinking if that's the way they get? No, we want to support that person because we love them. Well, that person's not loving if they're willing to take somebody's life over some stupid fucking, you're going on their land, if that's right. Like, oh man, I don't know. Well, Canada and the US should be brothers. We should be fucking coming together. That's the thing, like, why aren't they allowed to tell their side of the story? The cops got to tell theirs. You know what I mean? You gotta ask these questions. And if they're made to be silent, there shouldn't be any laws to make people be silent. Like, they should be humiliated in court if they're liars. You know what I mean? Hey, they've been running around on the streets saying exactly well, they'd have to back up what they say in court, right? So what it should be all about, but no. See, the court system's there to fucking fail. Anyways. Like, how long does it take to gather up information on that? There should have been a court date done and judged by now. But that's not the way we do things. We let them go so we can find loopholes to get out of shit and fucking, like, if you have the truth, it should be on your side, you know what I mean? Cops should never be trying to fucking make evidence that's not there. Or they should be fucking fired and fucking thrown in jail for the crime that they fucking tried hanging on somebody. But that's not the way we do things anymore. No, we suspend that officer with pay. This is the fucked up world we're living in. I can show you how fucked up the cops are. The guy at my accident, he looks like a real idiot. Seems that he got his hands on the fucking videotape, gave it to a fucking news station who chopped it up. He had the statements in front of him and couldn't figure it out. But if I ever have to prove him an idiot, I'll have no problems showing the video, showing the fucking police reports, and showing exactly how they are making no sense whatsoever, and how a cop not doing his job can ruin your fucking life because somebody lied so they didn't take any heat for being an idiot, but would put it on the guy that he put in harm's way. This is the fucked up world we live in. I can prove this. See, that's the thing. I could have sued the guy, and I just haven't, because I don't fucking care about money. I'd rather let him see himself in front of the whole world, and if I'm the idiot, I would look like the idiot. But I think he looks like a liar who would destroy somebody's life because he almost killed them. But would put the blame on that person when they were clearly to blame. Like, this is fucking humanity. That guy runs around and people think he's a good dude. He doesn't know he'd fucking kill you and lie about it. Wouldn't take any responsibility. But if you survive, he put it on you. In fact, you'd get charged and you make statements and fuck. He looks like a real dark. You better hope it's not the Awakening, because that guy and that cop, you try calling the cops back, holy fuck, they don't call you back. I got proof. It'd be in the phone records, you know what I mean? Did this guy's phone number try to call the OPP, and did he leave messages for a certain officer fair? Constable fair. It was not very fair at all, you know what I mean? But he looks like, and then they town cops here. Fuck. Can you imagine? Getting called to a domestic. The man has been the one that's been assaulted, so they do all the charges. And the man pleads for them to let the wife just stay in the basement. Just so, fuck his kid, because he was worried. He didn't want to cause any more shit. He was afraid his kids would fucking try and fucking, there'd be another fight, you know what I mean? So I tried to do the best thing that I could and just try and get it sorted out because, well, I was the one who was assaulted. So I cried and they let what I want happen. But they get called back again many times and they don't remove her. They fucking don't. Then one night they do. And because, well, being harassed and hammered on by somebody you're not supposed to even be in contact with, and fucking feeling the mental stress of that, and trying to tell the police, but because they have a panic attack, they take her to the hospital, then they bring her back and put her in the house, put her back in the same spot. Then she can't even control herself again. Comes up, you have a video, the cops get called again, and you're like, I have her on video, and like, look, you guys, please, no, it's taking my internet away. I don't have anything. Like, this is a fucking nightmare. I can't even contact the outside world. I can't do anything. Fucking please help me. No, you haven't got her on video. That's just her voice. Yeah, it's a whole mess. Then you got the chief of police you try and go to him because you're like, what's going on? This is the Twilight Zone. I'm asking for help and I'm not getting it. I'm being fucking punished for somebody's breaking the law against me and you guys don't want to help me. What the fuck is going on? So you go to the chief and you know what happens? He calls you a fucking liar. It's not your house. Well, Dad, and yeah, can we make a phone call together? Let's call the mortgage guy. No, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a little scumbag. So you gotta ask yourself, are you being set up? What the fuck is going on? Because they say that chosen ones get gang stalked and stuff. So I'm just like, that goes with the fucking psychiatrist too. How do you lock somebody up and not present anything to them as to why? And fucking violence and suicide and zero proof. And That's a pretty serious accusation. It's one of violence and one of suicide. You think, but they can just fucking yank you in and out of the hospital anytime they want. Even if the person who assaulted you is calling it in. And you showed the doctor the videos of that person lying about the doctor, and you said, hey, does this, like, do you think maybe someone's lying about me? Hey, you can't seem to tell me what's wrong with me when I'm in the hospital, but yet you don't talk to me. They don't talk to you. They just want to give you some meds and say, do you feel better now? Or if they want to trap you and take your life, they want to force a shot on you. And when you say no, thank you, you have to go to court to save your fucking life. Save your life. To have your ability, to have your financial, your mental. When all you're doing is asking questions. Something's wrong with humanity. Hey doc, why would my friends do this to me? Why did they lie upon me? When I have proof that they're lying. Like in a court of law, it would be so easy to prove. Like it's a sad state of affairs out here. But hey, that's the thing. I don't buy into that. We're being gang stalked and stuff like that. Because I don't fucking care. I'm going to do what I'm doing. Whether I know somebody's watching me or not. Because God's watching me. So that's the only one I'm worried about. What he thinks of me, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? It's just all sorts. There's been so many weird things that have happened in my life. Just fucking, like I went through a witch phase where I was like, is my wife a fucking witch or what? And then I come to a reality where I'm like, well, it doesn't really seem possible. But you keep your mind open to it. And then all of a sudden you fucking find this vial that says fucking love potion. And you're like, what would a grown adult be doing with shit like this? Like, what the fuck? Like, I got videos with this shit. I'm not fucking making it up. Not making it up. So you gotta ask yourself the questions, like, what is going on? Because I did, in previous videos, I'm like, for some reason it feels like my wife. Like, this is before I found the love potion. When she goes to look into my eyes, I fucking feel like she's trying to hypnotize me. Like, something's fucking going on. And on the bottle it says, make them look into your eyes and hypnotize. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is all pre-recorded before it happened. Like, can you imagine? Like, that's all sorts of weird, you know what I mean? But, hey, who knows? You never know. You gotta keep your options open. And I don't know why, every time I go to do a video, that dog has gotta go off. I don't know why. It's just... Meanwhile, you know, you'll set him all up, give him everything he needs, water, food, whatever. And then you go to, gotta whine. Anyways, I was gonna do another video. I was gonna show you guys. I want to share my experience. I know Stardust, and I think humanity needs to actually take a look at itself. And I think I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to tell my story, show my story of how all these people who look good in society are really pieces of shit. They would sell you out in a second to just not even gain, to just not lose. In fact, in some cases, just to make themselves feel better. Like this whole thing with Dagburn, the whole thing, it's all recorded. Like, it's there for the world to see. And to see itself and say, am I a part of that, or am I part of the good part that accepts this shitty part? We need to separate ourselves. We need to take a good look at ourselves. We need to suffer a little bit. Understand what the truth is. And the truth is, if your president is not mentally capable of knowing right from wrong with paperwork, he shouldn't be in office. Like, that's common sense. Like, that's just an understanding that, well, humanity should have. And I'm not picking on Americans because, well, Justin Trudeau's been in he's been caught way more scandals than old Biden. And he's with some fucking notorious people. Lot of convicted P words. A lot of them. So we as a country can't come to the, like, sooner or later we gotta at least ask the questions. It's don't assume, don't judge, but to ask the questions should be okay. Like, hey, bud, do you have an NDA with a young person? Because, well, your best friend, he got charged and he was part of your school, and there's a lot of pictures in the yearbook about how cool these two teachers were with the kids, and it's all sorts of, like, you really gotta look at it. You gotta have a critical mind. These are our world leaders. These fucking kadosh bags who might have Castro's blood, and I'm not saying he does, but there is a possibility. His mom was boy crazy at the time and was a known cheater. Okay, that is facts. So that would make him come from an ancient shitbag bloodline. Just like King Charles and Dracula, like shitty fucking bloodlines. You know what I mean? They keep their shit in the family, you know what I mean? They keep themselves running the fucking world. But I'm crazy for thinking such things. But if you look it up, it's only so true. You know what I mean? This dog, I don't know what to do. Like, I'll stop talking, and he'll shut up. He won't even want anything. This is the thing, Satan. He tries to drive me crazy with dogs because he knows I love them. It's just like humanity. I love humanity, but fuck, it gets on my nerves because it's so ugly and disgusting. Not all of it. This side of YouTube is really fucking gross. Nobody wants to take a look at themselves. Hey, point me in where I'm wrong. That's the thing. Like, hey, I'm not judging anybody. I'm just asking the questions based on the things that they have said or others have said about them. You know what I mean? Hey, set the record straight. I'm always willing to talk, but others aren't. That's the problem in the world. Nobody really wants to have the conversation if they have to face themselves. But back to Curt. I hope Curt decides to face himself, decides to awaken himself and come to the understanding that running around on the back streets doesn't make you a good person, bud. Just because you tell YouTube you're a good person, and you can think it in your head all you want, bud. But if you don't accept that those are bad behaviors and behaviors of someone who is ran by Satan in their brain, then maybe I'm right about the Satan in your brain about how you should go save your kids because they're in trouble. And, well, goodbye.